Hi you guys, welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and today we're going to be starting our first review of a subscription box for 2024. So I am personally very excited to be reviewing this box. It will be a little bit different than our normal review series, and we'll get into that here in a minute. But this is a company that I have purchased from a number of times. I have met their staff. I have been through their dye room before, and they are absolutely lovely, wonderful people. So I am very excited to be sharing and reviewing their subscription box here on the channel. So unlike other subscription boxes, there is a piece of dust flying over the camera lens. That is what that is, causing that bubble. Anyway, I don't know why all of a sudden it's dusty in here, because I just vacuumed. Maybe that's why. I kicked up something I didn't get clean. Anyway, unlike most of my review series, I will not be breaking down math for this subscription box. I will go over their different options with the subscription box and things like that, but I am not going to be reviewing this for the price purchase discount equation, because with the subscription box, there really isn't a discount unless you count in the other perks to getting the subscription box. So without further ado, let me gather my notes and we will get on with this review. Okay, so that took me a little bit longer than I thought it was going to take, but it's okay. It's okay. Nothing I do is in normal order or routine ever. So anyway, if you guys have been with my channel for any length of time, you will actually already be familiar with the Fibre Studio. They are based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. They are on Griffith Road. If you're in the area, definitely go check out their in-person shop. They are one of the coolest managed stores when it comes to how they do going to festivals and shows though. So their store is very small. They have a dye studio there in the shop, but they also have their yarn on display. But they use these really cool racks to display the yarn in the store that basically collapse and close in on themselves, so they can just wheel them out the front of the shop, set them up at a show, and then wheel them right back in and go back to business as usual. It is one of the coolest things ever. I absolutely love it. I have met their staff. They are absolutely wonderful, sweet, generous, and incredibly informative people. We visited them at the Charlotte area yarn crawl. I have also shared footage of them in shows when I have gone to the Southern Comfort Fiber Market. So if you have been with me on a number of these journeys, you will be familiar with them and with their storefront and shopping, the shopping experience with them. Also on their racks, one of the things that they do is they kind of line up colors that coordinate. So as you're looking at their carts and you're looking to make a combination project, you can go in some form of a line across their carts to find combinations that go together. It's brilliant. They're so smart. Chef's kiss for the, I love intelligent design. I love creative problem solving for stuff, and they have that completely nailed. It's not just the beautiful things that they make and dye. It is also just business brilliance, in my opinion. I put my coffee in the perfect cup this morning. We are having a low-key day here today. It is supposed to start storming here in the next 2 hours. It's actually 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I should not still be drinking coffee, but I only had 1 cup of coffee this morning, so I'm drinking cold coffee now. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. That's more of a conversation for a Thursday, not for a Saturday morning. First off, I want to share with you guys purchases that I have that I just have stashed here in the yarn room from this company before we open the subscription box. And we'll get into the breakdown with the subscription box, but I have the opportunity to share with you guys my personal stash that I have collected. And I do have plans for certain items in this that I am truly excited about making. I just haven't had the chutzpah to go ahead and make them. So first off, let's make sure I get these in the right order. We'll do it this way. So during the Knit in Public Day, National Knit in Public Day last year, they were the store that I went to make my purchase because we were in Pineville and it just made sense to make them my one stop. So I purchased their Studio DK colorway in Merino. And I think I'm going to have to pause this video now because I think somebody's here to pick up a package. Hold on one second. Never mind. I guess that was my neighbor going to their car. So anyway, Merino is what I purchased for Knit in Public Day. I got 3 hanks of it. This is on the DK base. There was a labeling error. So she marked out fingering for me. One is marked DK, so I know these are all DK. But anyway, absolutely lovely. For some reason, I could never quite decide what this makes me think of. Because sometimes when I look at it, it makes me think of a colorful, like tropical sunset on the ocean. And then other times I see like bouquets of flowers. Other times I see like watercolor paintings. I don't know. It always evokes a different image for me every time I look at this colorway, but I absolutely love it. This is the Studio DK. It's 100% superwash merino, 113 grams, 4 ounces, 280 yards. So absolutely beautiful. Up next, this is on the base Walkabout Fingering. It's 100% superwash merino, 4 ounces, 113 grams, 440 yards. And this is April Showers, Wedgwood, and Tea Rose. And I got these to go into a single project together. And I mean, we're talking like perfect Carrie color palette here. Like there's no doubt like why I purchased this one. There's nothing unusual in this color set for me. If you're familiar with my channel at all, you will very much know that this is my color wheelhouse. I mean, you can look at my wall and start seeing that that's 100% a Carrie color set. I purchased this at the Southern Comforts Fibre Market, I believe. No. This is what I purchased during the Charlotte area yarn crawl in 2021, I believe. I could be getting the times wrong. I've shared these on my channel before, so this isn't like wholly new if you guys have been here before. This was a one-off purchase that I made. It kind of coordinates to 2 other hanks that I have, and I was kind of looking for something that read a little bit koi fishy, koi pond maybe. And with the combination of the gray, the blue, and the gold, I was thinking this would go with that. But this is the Studio Socks Fingering, 75% merino, 25% nylon, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 440 yards. And this is the colorway Don't Be Coy. Then we have 2 one-off hanks. This is Garden Party, and this is on the Studio Socks again. This is Studio Sport, and this is Mountain Sunset. And I have some other things that kind of coordinate to this that I purchased that for. And then we also have this is Studio Socks Fingering, and this is the color Periwinkle. Studio Sport, and this is back up to the 4 ounces, 100% Neptune. And Studio DK, 4 ounces, 240 yards, and this is the colorway Kiss. So there's some of these were purchased to kind of maybe go with some of the other ones that I had purchased. Some of these were purchased to go with other things in my stash. I also have in my Southern Comforts Fibre Market basket one of their yarns is in that to go into my faded sweater that I have planned to make this year before the Southern Comforts Fibre Market. That is a sweater out of the yarns I purchased last year. It is very pretty and I'm very excited. So yes, I have a lot of experience purchasing from this company. I have seen them another number of times in person. I have gone to their store. I've seen them at shows. Like I said, this wasn't I need to talk myself into this. Now, their subscription club is called the Bellwether Club, and I will have a link in the description box down below for the registration for the club. There are two options. There's an annual and a quarterly. Obviously, as I do 3-month reviews for this series, I did the quarterly option. So that is, I will be sharing with you guys for the next couple months what we get in the subscription box. The price is $400 for the year, $100 for the quarter. That comes out to $33.33 per month. So one of the reasons why this review is going to be slightly different is their hanks of yarn generally are between $28 and $32. So we're really not going to save anything in the subscription box. This isn't one of the boxes where we're going to get 900 items in our subscription box. I think it's one hank and then an extra. And it may actually be the same extra, same kind of extra. See what I mean in a minute. Every month, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I just think that's what it is. I could be wrong. We'll find out. I try to come into these subscription box reviews as blind as possible. In this case, I do know the store and the dyer. However, I do not know anything about the subscription box. So here we are. With your annual subscription for the entire year you are subscribed, you will get 15% off your purchases online or in store. With the quarterly membership, you get 10% off of your purchases online and in store. Your shipping is free with the annual membership, and I believe you pay for your shipping in the quarterly membership. There's a typo on the website there, so I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what it's trying to say. So if you ladies find out, like, if you find my video, just heads up, and that line on the quarterly, it does appear to be a typo. There are also exclusive emails that will be sent out with exclusive early access to different things that they're dyeing, products. I believe there are patterns. They work with a couple of different designers frequently to make kits out of those pattern designs. So anyway, welcome aboard. Let's see what we got in our first month's box or bag, because it is a blue bag. I probably should have held that just a little bit longer so it would pick that up as a thumb and I wouldn't have to take a picture and then do a thumbnail. So first off, this is what I mean by same kind of extra. We have a soap. So this is Winterfield Shea Butter Soap. This is by Greenwich Bay Trading Company in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's Botanic Shea Butter. I don't know how to describe this scent through the package. I'm not ready for a new bar soap in my bathroom yet, so we're in the kitchen. There's something floral, like softly floral on the top note. And then on the bottom, it's very evergreeny, but it's sweet, not spicy, if that makes sense. And it distinctly has a soap smell. Like it smells like soap. And it smells like soap of my childhood. But it smells so good. It's that floral top note just makes it smell elevated, but not girly. Anyway. So I think it is a soap every month. But like I said, I really try to do as little research as possible coming into these so we can learn and experience this in a fairly organic manner. It makes me look a little less professional, but it gives us a more honest interpretation or expression of what we're experiencing. In my personal opinion, that's at least my goal. That was what I was thinking. There is a pattern that came in the package. By the way, 540 Griffith Road, Charlotte, North Carolina. So if you're in town, go check them out. They did send a copy of the Seed Stitch Cowl and Hood. And this is a pattern from Knit Picks. Now this one calls for, it says 2 hanks of a bulky weight yarn. Unfortunately, I only get 1 hank. So I did kind of have to go off a little bit to make my pattern choice. And I did. And I'm very excited to get cast on with it. Excuse me. That is part of the reasons why we're going for the slouchy look for today. Because my goal, after I film this and edit, smush all this stuff together, is that I'm going to sit down on my sofa and enjoy some time with some knitting needles and some yarn. So the yarn for this month, I do have to say, this is, I will not be able to convey in any way in showing you this or petting this, how super soft and squishy this yarn is. It is an absolutely brilliant, beautiful colorway. I mean, this, once again, I can't decide. This got here late yesterday. I still can't decide what it makes me think of. I keep thinking floral, but at the same time, the way this like chartreusey color creeps in is floral as that reads to me. It reads like highlights in a watercolor to me. So we have this odd, like, I can't quite what I feel about this colorway. So this colorway is called Industrial Plum. This yarn is listed at $30. This is the Studio Alpaca Grande, 100% baby alpaca, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 110 yards. And this is just dreamy. I love baby alpaca. It's a wonderful fiber. This base in particular has almost a satintine stroke to it when you stroke against it. It's very satintine. The milling on this is very clean. This is a super, super clean fiber. There's no prickles left in this alpaca whatsoever. It does have a soft halo. Very, very soft halo. But it's so squishy and just so... You know, it's one of those when you dream about cuddling a soft, fluffy kitten. Kind of that feel. Minus little baby kitten claws. But absolutely brilliant colorway. I would not have thought to go with the rust, the plum, and that peridot-y, chartreusey green all together. That is not something especially, and then with that pastel sky blue, baby blue in there. It's just not, I would not have thought to put these together, but they're so gorgeous all together. And I keep like looking at the hank in the camera instead of looking at the camera. It's just so brilliant. I love the colors of this. Now, I already know I like their colorways. I've like I said, I have experienced their shop many times. I know I like their colorways, but even knowing a dyer and knowing their style and seeing what they produce in their store, you can still surprise me very easily. And this is definitely a surprise. So, like I said, The yarn itself is $30. We got a pattern, we got a soap. We broke even. And I knew this going in, that this wasn't going to be, especially at the price point, this wasn't going to be like a, 25% off type deal. You're paying full price for this. And I'm okay with that. Like I said, I know the company. I know what they do. I know what they dye. So for me, this was very low risk. If you guys have been in the store or have seen my walkthroughs at the store or have seen them at the the Southern Comforts Fibre Festival when I've done my videos there, and you've seen and experienced what they offer, this, if you like what you see, I would say this is probably a pretty good purchase. You can go to their website and see the different yarn bases they offer, and you can get an idea of the options. Most of what I purchase is the superwash merino. However, once again, baby alpaca is an option. Oh, it's just so soft. So what did I decide to make with it? This is going to be a super easy knit. I'm hoping I can at least drag it out for 2 or 3 days. But, granted, how my schedule's been recently, I may get 4 or 5 days out of this. Especially if I can't find a 10.5 needle handy. But I decided to go with the Sweet Paprika Designs Dissymmetry Cowl. So, I don't want to show you guys the pattern itself. I am going to have to go button shopping because I'm 90% sure I don't have a set of buttons that will go with this. But you can see here, there are 2 buttons here and a button here, and then we have buttonholes along the side. So we kind of are making an asymmetrical boomerang-esque shape with buttons. So we can pin our scarf shawl up in different areas. And I've done projects like this before that I absolutely love, just because sometimes you want a cowl, sometimes you want something that looks more like a scarf that's going to stay put, especially if you're wearing it more for fashion than for warmth. As I just moved, 160 miles further south. I say that, but like it was like 30 degrees this morning, so. But that is what I will be making. I really love it pinned up this way. So that is what I plan on making with my hank of it's going to be very hard to knit it. I'm going to be honest, because I have a small ball of Angora and I just pet it. I've had it for probably 16 years and it's small. It's a small ball of Angora and I just pet it. I'm going to want to make this something I just pet and leave in my stash, but I really want to work it up. And since I'm reviewing it, I probably ought to work it up. But yeah. First month, always the longest month anyway, because generally I'm trying to introduce you to a company. This time I just had a few more props to share with you guys and personal experience in shopping with them. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful, fantastic weekend. I do hope, if nothing else, you will go check out Fibre Studio, check out their website, even if you are not necessarily interested in the subscription box. I do hope you'll go check them out. They have some beautiful things. Actually, I just realized my Tencel's not in this group. Or no, I have C-Cell from them. That must have gotten put up with the lace weight when I unpacked. I do have a C-Cell yarn from them. It's what I bought the first year that I went to the Southern Comforts Fibre Market. It's so pretty. Once again, that base, it's satiny, it's smooth, it's anyway. I love you guys, and I will see y'all real soon. Bye, guys.